climbed a mountain and I turned around.
As therapists, I feel like we love rules, we love structure, we want to take trainings, we went to grad school. We love a good containing system that tells us what to do, tells us how to be, really lets kind of like the therapy dominant culture tell us what rules to follow. But unfortunately, I think when we outsource so much of what we do with our life, I think you end up like people who get to be 60 and realize that they are really unhappy and they feel like they wasted their life because they were just kind of following the status quo. I think the hardest part about being in America, especially a therapist in America, is that to take our life seriously and to go for what we want is against the status quo. It does require you to own your own power, own your own autonomy, take control of your life. And that can really bring up a lot for many of us. We don't want to disappoint our parents. We don't want to disappoint our colleagues. You feel like as therapists, we naturally are people pleasers because really, let's be honest, people pleasers are the only people who are masochistic enough to sit with people's pain every day. And I think that type of person also is really afraid of taking risks and wants to play it safe because you want to please others and you want other people to like you. And maybe your parents will be upset that you moved to Spain instead of staying in your hometown and getting married and having kids and working at the community mental health down the road. Maybe your supervisor will judge you for going abroad and taking on your well-being because they didn't feel like they could take care of themselves, or they didn't feel like they have the freedom, and so they can't accept that you will, like that you're doing that. But to be honest, if you don't want to end up like this, you have to take your life back into your own hands and take responsibility for your future, for your well-being, and know that if you get to the point where you're 60 and life has flashed you by, like, know that kind of that is something that you have chosen. And so decide now, today, what you want for your future self. And obviously, having kids, working until you're 60 is not a bad thing, but if that's not really what you want, then, you know, take control of your life because it's totally possible. And that doesn't have to be your reality. That does not have to be your future. But you get to decide what you're doing today, if you're going to let the system dictate your future or if you're going to dictate your future.